Hi there, my name is Phil from 2020 Sounds. Thank you for clicking on our channel. Today's video is entitled My Top 5 Favourite Venues. One of the many great aspects of running an entertainment company is some of the wonderful venues you get to go to. The list which I'm about to go through today has been built up through my many years of being a DJ and in later life running a photo booth and selfie mirror company. So I would explain why each of these venues are my favourite and why I believe a couple would book them based on my findings and why I believe them to be such wonderful venues. Number one would be the Bull Hotel, which is in Ruthven. I started working alongside the Bull Hotel in 2015 and I have been very privileged to say that I've done some fantastic weddings there in those years, 5 years now that I've been working there. It's a wonderful venue, so if you're looking for a small intimate wedding around about 60 to 80 guests, then the Bull Hotel is absolutely perfect there. Next, so you've got the pub, the hotel themselves, and then next to that you've got a room called the Buttery, and that's where you'd get married, that's where your ceremony would be. They would then turn that room round, and then you'll then have your sit down meal, your wedding breakfast, and then later on you'll then also have your evening entertainment there. Weddings aside, the food at the Bull Hotel is absolutely wonderful, and if you're not going to get married there, I still strongly encourage you to go and have something to eat there or go and visit the pub there. I honestly say it's one of the most amazing places to eat, and all the times that I've been doing weddings there, as I say, since 2015, they are just an incredibly well run team. They are very, very friendly. Leanne is the main wedding coordinator there, and for me personally, why I like it so much is that as a DJ I like to be more so in a small space. I like to have guests almost feel like on top of me, because I like that intimate. I like it to be where you can sort of see and hear people's reaction, and that's why the Buttery is so good for that, because as I say, it's quite a small venue in that regard. As I say, 60 to 80 guests. But also the great aspect of that as well, also they've now made this outside space. They've got this courtyard there as well also, which is brilliant. So, and another nice summer evening, you've got that background music going and you're outside, you're with friends and you're having a few drinks and everything else. It's absolutely perfect for that. So yeah, the Bull Hotel is a wonderful, wonderful venue. If you're having a smaller, intimate wedding, as I say, 60 to 80 guests, then the Bull is perfect. Contact Leanne at the Bull Hotel. All the details will be in the description below. The next one would be Bradford House. I've had a long love affair with Bradford House ever since two of my closest friends got married there, Helen and Steph, and they got married there in 2007. And I remember going there for that first time for that wedding and just being, when you go into the main hall, the Great Hall, it's like being transported back in time, and it's just wonderful. I've been lucky enough to be the DJ there on a handful of occasions, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful venue because you can do so much with the venue. I mean, in the Great Hall themselves, that's probably for a bigger wedding, maybe up to 80 guests, and then you've then got the drawing room, which you can have a slightly smaller wedding, which is around about 40 guests. And then the great thing as well, also, you can have an outdoor wedding, which is the Hat and Fruit Garden, which is an outdoor ceremony. It's like a secret garden type feel. It's wonderful out there. So you can do so much with the venue, and there's so many different options. And as I say before, it's like stepping back in time, and it's just for me personally, it's one of my favourite venues for that, because it's just. I love the Great Hall with its blue walls and all the hanging paintings on there. It's just, as I say, it's absolutely stunning, and it's one of the venues where you can do so much there, and you can have so many different options. You know, you can have the very small wedding if you wanted to, the intimate wedding if you wanted to, but you can have the great big lavish wedding as well also. So as I say, it's one of the venues that has everything for you. Hannah is the main wedding coordinator there, and I would strongly urge you to speak to Hannah, go there, visit the venue, and as I said before, you'll be amazed really at how many different options you can have to have the wedding that you've always dreamed of. So that's Bradford House. The next one is Brands Hatch Place. I've had some of my best nights at Brands Hatch Place, and it's always the venue I recommend as being the best room for a DJ. It's very easy to access. We literally have one door to go into, and then we can set up straight away. They can draw all the curtains, which is perfect for a DJ's point of view, because you can make the room really dark. So you can make the room really dark with a white LED dance floor down there, some uplighters and a DJ setup. When your guests go out to stretch their legs and then come back in to have their evening entertainment, the room has been completely and utterly transformed, and it's literally like stepping into a whole new room again. And that's the beauty of this room, because in videos that I've done beforehand, where I've spoken about why guests don't dance and why there are lots of things in place, why for a DJ's point of view it's very difficult to have the best of both worlds really. Why Brands Hatch Place is so good and why that room is so good is because the bar is in the same place, so it keeps people in the same room. Your evening entertainment is in there as well also. They put tables in there as well also, so it keeps more people in the same room, and it's such a wonderful room in that regard. But equally as well, through the main doors will also, if you wanted to sort of chill out and have a few drinks and have some quiet time, you can go out there as well also. But also there's an outdoor area again, so if you wanted to go outside and have your own time, you can go out there. And then down the stairs, if you had a selfie mirror or a photo booth or maybe a casino, again you can go down there as well also. So for me, really, it's the perfect setup for a DJ side of things, because as I said before, it has so much and you keep so much in the same room, and it's perfect for that. So that's Brands Hatch Place. The next one would be Lim Castle. It's one of the venues I speak about so passionately, because there are so many people that want to have a castle wedding, and a castle wedding is incredibly expensive, but Lim Castle is, I believe, the perfect scenario in that regard. You get a castle wedding, but you don't have to break the bank to do so. It's it's affordable. And then for a photographer's point of view, as you go round the back of the castle, you have this wonderful, wonderful view, and there's been so many pictures taken with that view in mind, and it's just such a gorgeous venue. And then inside you've got the main ballroom. Again, it's like stepping back in time. It's just absolutely stunning in there. For a DJ's point of view, it's really easy to get in and get set up, so we can get set up straight away. And then just through the door as well, there's the bar area, where you'd also have the photo booth or the selfie mirror set up in there as well also. So it's a great room because everyone's all in one place, and it's just a stunning venue. Amy is the main wedding coordinator down there, so speak to Amy, and I strongly urge you to speak with them and to go down and visit the venue, because when you look at it and you fall in love with it, there's so many different rooms, and I've had some of my most fondest memories and some of my best evenings there, and I just absolutely adore that venue so much. Lim Castle is certainly one of the venues I recommend, and certainly if you're looking for a castle venue, it's just the perfect venue. So that's Lim Castle. And then my final recommendation would be the Old Kent Barn. I've had a long love affair with the Old Kent Barn for many years. In fact, I can remember going there in 2011, and one of the owners, Will, made me a cup of tea, and very rarely do we as suppliers get made a cup of tea, certainly not by the owner. And I think that's what speaks so well about the venue, is that of all the venues I've mentioned, and I don't want to say one's better than the other because each is brilliant in its own merit, but the Old Kent Barn run a wedding like nobody else. I've never been to the Old Kent Barn and a wedding is running behind time. They are so incredibly passionate about making each couple's day perfect. They know exactly how to look after each couple. They do absolutely everything they can to ensure the couple have everything they need, and in turn the guests and the bride and groom's parents, they make sure that everything is done to absolute perfection. And that is so hard to achieve. It is almost at times impossible to achieve. Yet the Old Kent Barn do it each and every time to every single couple at every single wedding. All the staff there are incredibly friendly, they're incredibly polite, they're incredibly helpful. Everybody there wants to do the very best for you as a couple, and to make sure your day is the absolute perfect day. It's a wonderful, wonderful venue, not just for the staff, not just for everything that they do. It's just, if you're having a large affair and you've got a large number of guests, maybe 100 plus, then the Old Kent Barn is just absolutely the perfect venue for you. It's, as I say, it's one of my favourite venues, as are all of the venues I've mentioned here. And as I said at the beginning, I could honestly name you 10 venues that I enjoy going to, but I wanted to do a top 5. And the reason why I've selected these 5 is it gives you a little bit of everything, really. As I said, the Bull Hotel is perfect if you wanted that intimate wedding with wonderful, wonderful food, incredible staff. The Bull Hotel is the venue for you. Bradford House, if you wanted a venue that can cater for every single want and need for the very small wedding, as I say, the Hatton Fruit Garden through to the Great Hall, Bradford House is a perfect venue there. Brands Hatch Place is just a wonderful venue again, and from a DJ's point of view, it's an absolute dream. Lim Castle is phenomenal if you wanted a castle wedding at an affordable price. Amazing team down there, amazing staff. I've had such fond memories of some of the weddings that I've had down there. And lastly, the Old Kent Barn, as I said before, just a truly, truly stunning venue that is run so incredibly well, and they aim for perfection each and every time, and more often than not they achieve it. So that's my top 5 wedding venues. I hope you found that informative. If you do have any questions, then please do pop them in the comments below, and as I always say, please do subscribe to my channel. Many thanks, guys. Take care.